Alright, so this was our Wednesday class, and we have a lot of people that are getting ready for the pans, and we have a lot of people that are, basically, like Chris travels from Springfield, and he brings Cole with him and some other people every once in a while. And, a lot of people showed up and wanted to do a competition training night, so this is kind of how the night went. And, I'm just going to kind of go over different little things that we see throughout the night. And it's neat to watch the growth of the academy and the growth of Effingham and how things have changed. And to just watch the hand fighting, to watch the people work through their difficulties and, not to quit on themselves. I think that's the biggest thing, right? Like, some people look at Jiu-Jitsu and they say, well, what's the point, or will it ever work in real life? Or I get a lot of people that, oh, if you're not training to punch and you're not training to kick, well, then you're not really training self-defense. But I really encourage anybody that is watching and thinking that way for them to show up and to just apply themselves really hard for 1 month to Jiu-Jitsu and just see what they get out of it. Because to me, I'm not going to go get in a fight. I'm not going to go start a brawl and see how it goes. This to me is like therapy on a different level. It allows you to come in and just physically and mentally release all the bull crap in your mind, right? Like you can genuinely sit here and you can go 100% with another human being, and every once in a while accidents happen, and it's funny because people are like, well, jiu-jitsu people, they don't get hurt. Well, unfortunately, it is still a very physical, very combat oriented sport, and it really does work from a self-defense point of view, even though people are saying that you're not punching or kicking. The ability for you to sit there and give 110%, like Andy right here in the white gi, like he's been in the middle for 4 minutes now, and he is so programmed that I am just going to keep moving forward. I'm going to keep hand fighting. I'm going to keep pummeling. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep attacking. And I don't think people realize how valuable that is in society. I don't think people realize how important it is to be able to go in and give something 110%, to go in and fight with everything you have, and at the end of it, shake the other person's hand and take away something you learned. Take away something that you saw, whether it's, okay, I grabbed the head on the takedown, and as soon as I fell down, I lost the head, and now I'm sitting on my back, and I'm in a bad position, and this isn't good. So, how do I learn from this? How do I correct this mistake under a very intense atmosphere? That's important, because when you apply that to any other area of your life, when you are like, all right, whatever my job is, whatever my situation is, I'm going to apply the same mindset to jiu-jitsu. But you're not under the same pressure. So it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit more relaxing. It's a little bit more comfortable. And that's what I think I like about jiu-jitsu, is it really gives you the perfect balance of testing yourself, getting in shape, understanding how your body works, understanding how to approach situations and think your way through them, even though you're under extreme, whatever the case might be, anxiety or stress, or you're even panicking, even like claustrophobic. All of those things you're gonna experience when you train. And let's say you were to get into a real actual fight. If you've never actually trained through a lot of these little difficulties, do you really think that you're going to do good in the fight just because you can throw a punch or throw a kick? Because here's the thing, when those things fail and you guys start grappling, or you start scrapping back and forth, the cardio and the dexterity and the ability to keep kind of moving forward and not quitting on yourself, that's all going to be jiu-jitsu. That's all going to be how many times have you put yourself in difficult situations in your life and worked through those difficult situations and overcame them. And I don't know a lot of people that can say that. I mean, every time I watch somebody come in the academy that's brand new, I watch the same thing over and over again. People holding their breath, people squeezing as hard as they can possibly squeeze, people not relaxing, people not thinking through what they want to do or what they want to accomplish. And that's the whole process of fighting. That's the whole process of life, right? Like, when you wake up in the morning, how do you think your day through? How do you process your day through? How are you going to decide to attack your day? What are you going to accomplish? What are you going to learn? And, so that's jiu-jitsu in like one package, one setting. And to me, it's like the most beneficial thing in the world. And it's cool to watch. I think Andy popped his finger right there. And it's cool to watch. It's cool to watch everybody's progression, everybody's journey, how everybody's trying to figure out, how to basically learn their game and use their game and to stay healthy and to keep the mental and physical aspect of it growing. And so Dakota and Cam right here are going at it. And, Dakota's been training for a couple years now. Cam just joined the team, and he's been putting a lot of work in. But it's cool. It's cool to see people's progression. They're both white belts right now. Dakota's getting close to his blue belt because he's competed quite a bit. But even comes down to the things right now. Dakota's big struggle is he doesn't really fully know the rules of tournaments, the rules of competition. And, you got to know those. It's all a game. It's all a strategy. And if you're not knowing those things, you're going to lose. And that's kind of what he did at one of the indies. He was in the finals, IBJJF Indy, was doing good. All he had to do was hold on, and he would have won the match. And he made one mistake. And that's okay. He's a white belt, right? So you take that life lesson and you apply it to life. And it's like, okay, maybe I'm not achieving success. Maybe I'm not getting where I want. Maybe I'm not growing the area of my life that I want. Why? Well, maybe you don't know all the rules. Maybe you don't know exactly the direction and the course that you need to look. So now you look at your life and you say, okay, I want to improve my family, right? I don't think people think about this a lot of times. I want to improve my family. How do I do that? And then there's so much content and so much research out there today. Just think about it. Like, if you want to improve your family, go on YouTube, go on Google, go on whatever search engine you want to go on and look up, what can I do to make my family feel more important? What can I do to be a better person? What can I do to make my family feel more special? What can I do to make my daughter feel more special? What can I do to make my significant other feel more special? And you can start improving and actually focusing on these little things in your life instead of just existing. And to me, that's what jiu-jitsu is. Like, it's a daily improvement where you're constantly trying to improve all these little things in yourself. And then when you take that and you apply that to everything else in your life, right? Every other area, every other part, your business, your family, your money, whatever it is that's important to you. When you apply the same principles, then you're going to see growth in your life. When you get rid of the waste and you get rid of the unimportant things that are not doing anything to improve your life, and you really start focusing, then you can start having real growth. And that's hard to do. That's hard to accept, and that's hard to look at. But that's kind of what I've been doing with my life right now, is going down the journey of trying to improve myself every day. Everyday self-improvement is probably like one of the toughest things that I've ever tried to accomplish in my life. But I got to the point where I was completely tired of existing and doing the same routines and wasting time within my day. So I started this journey, and Garrett White is definitely the person that I started following. So I have to give that person credit, because I want people to understand that you got to give credit to who's going to improve your life, who's going to be there, that's going to hold you accountable and get you to the next level. And his message was pretty simple. It's like every day you're going to choose your family, every day you're going to choose your body, every day you're going to choose your spiritual aspect, and every day you're going to choose your business. And when I sat down and I really started thinking about those things, I started realizing that I was wasting so much time in my day doing other stuff that had nothing to do with improving those 4 areas. And if you want to get ahead and you want to actually improve anything in your life, right? Like you need to cut out the waste, and you need to cut out the stuff that's not going to actually improve the areas that you want to improve. And I'm not saying, like, you might not want the same things that I want, and that's perfectly okay. But are you wasting time, and are you wasting space, or are you actually focusing on those areas? And when you sit down and think about it, and you start writing it down on paper, and you start tracking yourself daily, you'll realize that it's a lot harder than you think. It's a lot of self-exploring and figuring out what's necessary and what's not necessary. And it's getting to a place of being really honest with yourself and being honest with others. And I really enjoy that progress. I really enjoy trying to hold myself accountable and getting rid of all the waste. And I've noticed a huge difference in my production. I've noticed a huge difference in my family. I've noticed a huge difference, just in positivity in my mind. I think before I wasted so much time looking up politics or looking up things that I had no control of. Like, it's amazing how much time we waste dealing with things that we have no control of within our life, right? And then to sit there and actually say, okay, you know what? If I have no control of that, and I have no way to actually improve that thing that I'm spending so much time on, is it necessary? And so I got to that point, and now it's like, all right, I just want to focus on the things that I can actually improve and that I can actually, see the growth in. And my classes have even been better since I've kind of applied that mindset. Before, I think I was walking in the gym and, I was doing the routines like a lot of professors do. You show up and, you just think because you open the academy and you show a couple things that it's good enough, and that, people should just make their payments and show up to class and that's it. And so now I'm trying to look at it from the point of view of, okay, I'm here at my business. How can I improve the people that are here on the mats? How can I engage with them? How can I, how can I make their life better? How can I make their experience better? How can I improve myself? How can, just the atmosphere all the way around be better, right? And I think that's kind of a cool thing to think about, because I didn't even realize that I was just doing the routines in my life. I was just doing the motions, and I was not, was I improving things? Sure, because that's just my nature, right? Like, I do want to improve my jiu-jitsu, I do want to improve my business, but other areas I wasn't really focusing on. And as those areas started to collapse, right? Like areas like my business, that the side of my business that I wasn't improving, I was just existing with. My family, like areas of my family, I wasn't choosing them, I wasn't focusing on them, I wasn't trying to fully improve them. And I was noticing like all these little areas of my life starting to struggle, that it was taking away from my actual ability to improve areas, because I wasn't working on continually building that foundation and building all of those areas. That's hard to focus on. The biggest thing I struggle every day with is, am I doing enough? Am I actually thinking about, the right things in my life? Am I really thinking about those 4 areas? Am I trying to improve those 4 areas? Did I do enough, or am I just existing and doing the motions over and over again? And it's that idea of holding yourself accountable and trying to get yourself to the next level that's so hard. And that's why I think really kind of writing it down and tracking it makes a huge difference. So that's one thing that I will say to everyone, is really try to start tracking your growth. And even if it's just buying a journal and writing down the little growth that you're having every day, just even if it's 1 sentence and it starts out that way and then it starts to grow from there. But you've got to track your growth, and you got to kind of start to learn what it is that you want for whatever area you're going to focus on life. And that's the best thing that I can tell you. So this is Wednesday's class. I definitely enjoyed the momentum and the growth, and watching each student push themselves, watching each student kind of work through their different little difficulties and their different struggles. But it's cool how much people go through in this academy, and I don't get a lot of people that quit on themselves. So that's a beautiful thing, and I appreciate you guys watching this episode, and follow us for more content in the future.